Hello! I am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a full moon, which means we get a nice big pick a card video for anyone of any sign, any astrological placement. Doesn't matter. This video is for absolutely everyone to see what message you need to hear on this full moon. So let's start by picking our oracle cards. I've got this deck right here. Shuffle them out. Okay, that's two right there. And also this one. Loving this very quick, fast full moon energy. Let's get our last one. Oh, that's very... There we go. Alright, so I'm going to flip these cards over in just a moment. Before I flip them over, I want to explain to you a little bit how this works, just so that you're ready. So before I get into this, I want to explain to you really quick how this is going to go. I'm going to flip over these cards, and I'm going to show you each card up close, and I want you to listen to your intuition. Whichever card you are the most drawn to is going to be your reading for today. If you're drawn to more than one, that's totally fine. You certainly could benefit from more than one of these readings, but I want you to just take some deep breaths and let's get into these cards. So card number one is a change in the wind. All right. Card number two is exchanging gifts. Okay, card number three. Card number three is yang. And card number four is time to go. All right. I'm going to give you another second to look at these cards. Take some deep breaths. No pressure. Remember that there is no wrong decision. Whichever card you pick or cards that you pick, it is the correct decision. Trust yourself. You can do that. Give you another second. All right. So whichever card you picked, take a look in the description down below. There you will see timestamps that will take you directly to your reading. Again, you can do just one, you can do more than one, whichever feels correct for you. So go ahead and skip to your reading. Okay, card number one. Hello, you have picked the card A Change in the Wind. Ooh. I'm assuming that if you went with this one, maybe you feel like there's some kind of change coming for you, or maybe you know there's some kind of change coming for you. Very interesting. Well, let's take a look. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I keep feeling like my camera is lopsided, but I cannot figure this out today. So I'm sorry if it's a little lopsided. I don't know what the issue is. But anyway, as I'm shuffling, I invite you to take some deep breaths. The full moon time can be, it can be very chaotic, lots of energy going on. So I invite you to just take this time with me. We're just gonna have some comfy, cozy time, you know? Hopefully this reading won't be too negative. So we can have nice, comfy, cozy, relaxed time and just be grounded and see what message the moon has for you. And also, just a side note, as we get into our shadow cards, if you're new to my channel, I have a video about how my tarot readings work, where I go a little more in depth about the cards, my specific cards, as well as just how my spread works. So if you're interested, maybe after this reading, you can look in the description box and it'll show you a link to that video if you're curious about how these cards, how my videos, how my readings specifically work. All right, there we go. All right, let's take a look at your cards. So some of them kind of flipped over already, but we have the Empress, sorry, my cat's at the door. Okay, Page of Pentacles, Death reversed, Four of Wands reversed, Queen of Pentacles, and Eight of Cups. Sorry, let me go get my cat. Okay, so starting off, we have this Page of Pentacles card, which is, I think it's interesting we have the page above the Queen, but with this Pentacles energy, it's really about being, you know, the suit of Pentacles is associated with the earth element. So that's about, you know, very grounded energy. My cat is joining us today. I hope you don't mind. She's been in a lot of my videos recently. So when we have Page of Pentacles, that represents, like, you know, somebody who's starting a very big, long project and is just like daydreaming about it. Is just like so excited for it. It's just, I mean, here, I'll show you this card up close. We have this figure. Hey, I'm showing them the card. We have this figure here who's, okay, you're not gonna let them see it. Okay, that's fine. Who's just kind of sitting, you know, looking at this card and is just like lost in thought, you know? So I really like that energy here, again, with that page card symbolizing starting something new or being new at something. And then below that we have the Queen of Pentacles, who really just represents like security, stability, practicality. You know, I think Queen of Pentacles is like the mother that everybody wants, right? And then, of course, again, with the sign of Pentacle, or the suit of Pentacles, it's about those very like earthly, homely, grounded, material things, right? So again, that mother archetype of somebody who is, you know, taking care of the home, which I think is interesting because we also have that here with this Empress card. It was actually very similar to the Queen of Pentacles, of this like divine feminine archetype. And I do want to mention too, as I say with pretty much all things that relate to gender in tarot, these are simply archetypes. I'm not sure what this archetype is about yet, but this isn't necessarily specifically talking about a woman. This is just somebody who has these kinds of qualities, this kind of energy that like the archetype of like a woman or the divine feminine would have. You know what I mean? So I just want to put that in there real quick. I mean, below this Empress card, we have the Four of Wands reversed, which is like, Four of Wands is when you've been on, you've been working on something for quite a little while. You know, you've gone through the stages of like, planning, and you're getting started on something, and you're kind of hitting like a plateau where you're getting tired. I mean, especially when we have it reversed. Like if you can look closely at this card, it's you know, we have these people who are on this journey, but they're kind of looking up and they're still seeing this long winding path ahead of them, right? Hello. That's Four of Swords. But also, I don't know, having that was reversed, right? Having that with both of these, you know, this Empress card and this Queen of Pentacles card. Hey! I feel like this has to do with your mother, or like a motherly person, somebody who has that sort of energy for you. And I do not say that lightly. I mean, a lot of times, you know, cards like the Empress or these court cards, they can represent a person, but they don't always. But in this case, I'm just kind of, I feel like my intuition is telling me that, but also just because we have both of these cards, and I don't know. Having it around this Four of Wands, I feel like there's some kind of issue with your mother. Okay, not with her, but like you're having some sort of like conflict with her. Or again, somebody who is like a mother or has motherly energy to them for you. Whatever person of whatever gender. So we also have this Death card, which is interesting because there's some kind of change going on, right? And with the Death card, that card is all about transformation. Not literal death, but like I think of it more as like just a new chapter, right? It's some sort of transformation like that. But when we have it reversed, it's somebody or something that's resisting change, or maybe there's some sort of like obstacles or some reason why things are not changing. And you know what? Right below that, we have this Eight of Cups. Okay, all right, we are putting this puzzle together because Eight of Cups, that's about moving on. It's about letting go, which I think is interesting with this full moon, the timing of this full moon, because the full moon is such a good time for release and letting things go, but that's just a side note. The thing that you have to know with Eight of Cups too is that it's very there's this feeling of sadness to it. It's something that's very difficult to let go of and to move on from. it's, you know, I always say with the Eight of Cups, it's like 95% bitter and 5% sweet, right? It's a very difficult thing to do. We do have it upright, which tells me that it's most likely going to happen. But we also do have this death reversed, which kind of symbolizes a blockage on the outside, but on the inside, you know, something is moving on or will move on. But it is a very sad, heavy thing to do. It's not, you know, in the moment, it's not easy. Actually, you know what though? Because we have this eight, like I said, we have this Eight of Cups upright and then this Death card reverse, which is kind of sending, for a second, I was thinking it's kind of sending a mixed message, because this is like, we are moving on, and this is like, there's something blocking us from moving on. But we have this card, which is a change in the wind, which actually, this card, it actually more so represents that a change is coming. You know, they say that like with a tornado, you know, it'll be like raining and thunderstorming and all of that. It'll be like really bad weather. And then all of a sudden it'll get really calm, right? The calm before the storm. And once it's calm like that, that's when you need to run down to the basement, because it's about to be here at any second. That change, that big whoosh, tornado, it's about to be here at any second. In fact, it might already be too late. But that's kind of what I'm getting here. Maybe that's more what it is. Something has already moved on. Like something is already in motion. That tornado, it is coming. But this is like on the outside, because again, these are our shadow cards. On the outside, this is how things appear to be. It seems like nothing's changing. It seems like there's still some blockages. It seems like somebody's resistant to change, but on the inside, there has been a change. But it's an Eight of Cups change. It's like moving on. It's like somebody has moved on to something else. I mean, I don't want to scare you. I'm just saying this as an example. It's like if two people are in a relationship and, you know, one person is just feeling like the relationship is very stagnant, like it's not really going anywhere, and they don't really know why. You know, maybe it's been a couple years and they want to get married or something, and you know, they want that, like they want to keep moving things forward, but they're just not, and they don't know why. But it's because the other person has already decided they no longer want to be in that relationship. Like they found somebody else, right? They have already moved on from that relationship, and that's why it feels so stagnant. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happening in your life. I'm just trying to, I'm still trying to make, I'm understanding the energies that are going on here. I'm just trying to figure out how they piece together exactly. But that's, I'm just trying to explain what this kind of energy is, of like something has moved on, but it just doesn't feel like it quite yet. It doesn't look like it. On the outside, it doesn't seem like it yet. See, this is one of those readings where it would be so much more helpful if I was doing it in person and I could ask somebody. Because I don't want to make too many assumptions, because obviously this is a general reading for lots of people. I don't know. I really feel like it has something to do with your mother or a motherly figure. Maybe it's just something in the home is shifting, is changing. I mean, whatever is changing, clearly there was some sort of issue here, right? And of course we have the Page of Pentacles that's moving, you know, dreaming of something better, with this Four of Wands that's like stagnancy. Honestly, I think I might only have a simple thing to tell you, which is that even if things don't I don't exactly know what this change is. I've kind of thrown out a couple ideas. Nothing has super stuck for me. I think that whatever change this is, I think it has something to do with your home life. It could have something to do with your mother or motherly figure. There's, something with that situation has not been great. Not terrible, but just, very stagnant. Things just not quite working that great. And you kind of have been thinking about something better coming from that. Dreaming of something better. Whatever this situation is, things are changing. And I think that's kind of all I can tell you. Even though things might not look like they are, there's some sort of, maybe just like some sort of logistical blocking obstacle going on. Again, we have this change in the wind card. That means that it's not really a question of if things are going to change. It's more of a question of when. All right, we're going to have to pull another card. I want to leave you with something better. I mean, hopefully this is helpful to you, but I feel like I'm just not giving you that much. So, let's ask the cards. Let's ask what's preventing this? How can we make this change happen, or how will we know when this change is going to happen? How can we make that transformation, that change happen? Or how will we know when it's about to happen? Okay, I don't think it's going to be for a little while. This is taking a little while to come out. I don't think this change is going to happen anytime soon. Or like relatively soon. But what is it? Okay. We've got the Chariot. You're probably not going to see it happen for a while, but when it does happen, it's going to happen. The Chariot card has a lot of power to it. It's a lot. You have some big changes coming. Changes are already underway that you don't know about quite yet. And things are going to be changing. It has something to do with your mother or a motherly figure, or something to do with the home. It's not necessarily bad. In fact, most likely it'll turn out fine, right? Things turn out for the better. The only thing I can tell you with this change is that it probably has something to do with moving on or leaving behind. This Four of Wands here, whatever this change is, clearly it needs to happen, right? This Four of Wands here is showing me that whatever was going on with the situation, it wasn't working. Things weren't going the way that they were supposed to, right? Or in a way that felt the most productive or the best. And we also have this Page of Pentacles, which tells me that you've been wanting something better, that this will be better. And maybe this is even kind of encouraging you right now to continue thinking of what it is that you really want. There's nothing in here that's making me think, I mean, the only things that tell me there is a bad situation is literally this one, which is what you're in now. So whatever you move on to, whatever changes happen, it's gonna be for the better. I think it's tough because there's only so much that the cards are telling me. I think you're gonna kind of have to fill in the gaps for yourself. I've gotten everything I could out of these cards. Yeah. But I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. Well, if you have any more questions or if you would like some more clarification, please reach out to me. In fact, you know what? I'm going to say I really hope that you reach out to me with this and I can offer you something a little better. I feel very limited with the information I have because I have no information about you. I just know what the cards are telling me. So if you have questions, if you would like some clarification, please, 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 please reach out to me so I can give you some better advice. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you again soon. Bye! Okay, hello! So, we've got card number 2. There's a bunch of cat hair. Sorry, my cat was walking all over the place with the last reading. But we've got exchanging gifts. Alright, exchanging gifts. Let's go ahead and shuffle out your cards. So as I'm shuffling these cards, I invite you to take... Okay, clearly you want to come right out. Very nice. I invite you to take some deep breaths, to relax, get some water, get a snack, get whatever. What was I just gonna say? I forgot. I do want to remind you that, you know, with these readings, I go off what the cards tell me, and I also use a lot of my own intuition. So I invite you to use your own intuition as well. If there's anything that jumps out at you, any numbers, any imagery, any whatever that has any specific meaning to you, or if you just have a little ding moment go off in your head, please, please remember to pay attention to that. Your intuition is technically more important than mine when it comes to your own life. So what's going on with our shadow cards? There we go. Okay, there we go. Also, I have a video on my channel that goes a little more in depth about how my readings work. Oh god, okay. So if you'd like to go check that out, I have that linked in the description. I know there are plenty of people on YouTube who do tarot readings like this, but I have a video describing exactly, you know, how my cards work, how my videos work, how my spread works, etc. So if you'd like some more information about that, to go a little more in depth and get another layer to this reading, I highly suggest you go watch that. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. Move that real quick. It's kind of casting a shadow. Okay, that's way better. All right. Okay, so first we have 8 of Pentacles reversed, 4 of Cups, the Lovers, Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Wheel, and Justice reversed. Oh boy, okay. So, first thing that I'm seeing with this is right here in the center. We've got the Wheel and we've got the Wheel reversed and 4 of Cups. The The wheel, you know, it's a very old pagan symbol, and, you know, probably very widespread in the world, where it symbolizes life, cycles in life, right? Where sometimes we're at a high and then we're at a low. What goes up must come down, right? The cycle of life. Things get better, things get worse, things get better, things get worse, etc. We have this Four of Cups above that, which is the cup of apathy. The card of apathy. Just kind of having a general, like, just being in a slump. So because we have it above the wheel, I feel like you're just kind of in a low in life right now. Whether it's situational or whether that's just how you're feeling, just because, it's whatever. But yeah, just feeling very unmotivated. Kind of that feeling of like, ugh, I don't want to do anything, you know? Just feeling very apathetic. I'm like deciding if we talk about this or this first. Let's talk about this first. So we have Eight of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Pentacles is about education, like learning things, whether that be like in school or just kind of in general, learning things like in your job, learning, I don't know, how to do things around the house, whatever. It's like just learning stuff. So when we have it reversed, it's, again, it actually really goes hand in hand with this Four of Cups. It's like no motivation, no ambition, no nothing. Just kind of like not really wanting to work towards any of your goals right now, if you even have any right now. And then below that, we have Queen of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Pentacles can symbolize a work-life imbalance. Which actually, I mean, we have this exchanging gifts card here, right? It's some sort of friction. I think friction's a really good word for Queen of Pentacles reversed energy. You know, maybe like with this, you're working so hard or you're studying so hard in school or whatever, that around the home, it's maybe your home life is kind of not doing too good. Maybe your home's a little messy. I don't know, maybe it needs to be cleaned. Maybe you have chores piling up. Or, you know, with relationships, maybe you just haven't seen your family or your friends in a while. There's just, you know, work-life imbalance, right? And I think that's because of this and also contributing to this at the same time, right? And this exchanging gifts card, I don't think I said, this is about balance, really. It's about, you know, specifically with this card, it's about, you know, giving and receiving, which can mean for other people, but it could also just mean for yourself, right? If you work really hard throughout the day, if you do like a big project throughout the day, you should also reward yourself with being able to, or maybe not even reward yourself, but just take care of yourself, right? By having a quiet night, by watching a movie, by having a really good dinner, you know? It's balanced with a very transactional feel to it. Yeah, and then here we have the Lovers card with Justice reversed. The Lovers is actually also very similar to that, kind of. It's about I mean, maybe if you're in a relationship, this could apply to you and your relationship, but it's more just the Lovers card as a whole represents unity. It represents like a partnership, very like 50-50 balanced energy. I I don't know. This section right here could be about a relationship, but I'm kind of feeling like it's not. I'm kind of honestly feeling like it's just, I feel like it's your relationship with yourself. Actually, that's kind of what I'm getting at. We have the Justice card reversed, which means imbalance, right? I mean, we have the Lovers upright and then the Justice reversed, but yeah, honestly, I'm feeling like this is a pretty straightforward reading. I think I think you're not taking care of yourself and attending to your own needs as much as you should be. And that's leading to this Four of Cups feeling, this apathetic feeling, this very unmotivated, bored with life feeling, which, to be fair, we have the wheel here too, right? So I'm certainly not trying to imply that you're feeling this way because, you know, it's your fault, you're not taking care of yourself enough, or you can fix all your problems. That's definitely not what I'm trying to say at all, because that's just how life is, the wheel, right? We feel better, we feel worse. Things are better, things are worse. It's just cycles. And it's completely normal to feel this way at times. Everybody feels this way at times. It's hard to find a work-life balance, you know? I think that's something we all have to learn. But I think this reading is inviting you. These cards are inviting you to take some more time to yourself, you know? Spending more time at home might be a good idea. And it might lessen this and this a little bit. These just unmotivated feelings. Because that's always very frustrating, you know. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull anything else out of these cards. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really getting anything more out of these. I think this is a pretty straightforward reading. I think, and I mean, this also is really good timing, right? It's the full moon. We're going into the waning moon season phase for the next like 2 weeks. I think that might be a good idea to take the next couple weeks and just kind of try giving a little more time to yourself. Because remember, again, we have this exchanging gifts card, which I think is really interesting in this context because, I don't know, it's not even so much about like, ooh, treat yourself, you should buy this for yourself or anything like that. It's more like, take care of yourself because you have to. You know, take care of your mental health because you have to take care of your mental health. Let yourself rest because you have to rest. Oh my god, I feel like I sound like a preacher. I didn't mean to have that kind of tone. But you know what I mean? That's what this is telling you. Is like, you know, I think a lot of times in our world today, we can feel like taking time to yourself, taking time to rest is a reward. And I even used that word before. But it's a need, right? Just like we need to have food and water, we also need to have enough time to rest. And we need to have enough time. We need to have time to just decompress. Of course, granted, that also can be a privilege, for sure. But if these cards are telling you, I mean, if you've gotten this reading, clearly these cards are telling you that now is a really good time to try to take more time for yourself. So I'm assuming that you can, even if it's in just small ways, you know, maybe it'll make a really big difference in your life. Maybe small things will make more of a difference to you than you'd originally think. Who knows? So, yeah, no, I think, I think that's about it. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you connected with it, and I hope you can find some time to not reward yourself, but to simply take care of yourself the way that you need to. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or if you'd like anything clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any other questions that you have, if I can, relating to these cards. Again, I feel like this is a pretty straightforward reading. But yeah, thank you so much for watching for the third time, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Hi! Alright, so we are moving on to Young, which I am sounding very excited because this is a very exciting card. Okay, sorry, but Young, we've got that there. Alright, let's see what this is about. Okay, sorry, my cat needed my attention. We've been having a lot of cat activity in this video so far, so don't be surprised if there's more. But anyway, let's start by taking some deep breaths and relaxing. I hope you're somewhere comfy, maybe in bed or a nice couch, a warm blanket. It is absolutely freezing where I live today, so oh, hello. So, get comfy, get cozy. Got a message to hear from the moon today. I also want to real quick mention that I have a video on my channel called How Do My Tarot Readings Work? I have that linked in my description. I know on YouTube there are lots of channels who do tarot readings just like I do, or card readings like I do. But I made that video to specifically explain how my readings work, and a little more about my cards and things like that. So if you would like an extra layer to this reading, a little extra depth, I recommend you watch that video. Again, it's linked in my description box. It'll just give you an extra layer to this reading, so I recommend that. But I'm sure you will get a very helpful message with these cards that are not feeling very excited. I thought this would be an exciting reading. Now I'm very curious. What is going on? Let's get our last one. I love how I tell you to like take a deep breath, ground yourself, and then I'm just sitting here rambling at you. Ah! Oh my god. Okay, we got a bonus shadow card. Wow. Alright. Okay, I don't think I've had a bonus shadow card on this channel yet. I've only had regular cards be bonus cards. Very interesting. Alright, let's dive into this. I'm very curious what this reading's about. So first we've got Five of Cups. The Empress reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. King of Cups. The Tower reversed. And Four of Cups. Okay, we will flip that one over whenever I feel like it's time to flip that one over. Okay. I have a feeling that you are very tired. um, God, this is a lot. Okay, I don't know what yet, but okay. Yeah, and a lot's been going on in your life. It's been a lot. Okay. Yeah. I'm a little nervous to dive into this, but right off the bat, I got excited with this Yang card, but I think cuz Yang that's very like energetic. I mean, again, looking at this card, it is a really nice card. It's not a bad one at all. It's you know, very excited. It's, creating this fire, this passion, right? But I'm starting to see that maybe you might feel like you've had a little too much excitement, Excitement gets a little old after a while. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, all right. I don't want to stall. All right. So first we have 5 of Cups. Very interesting to have 5 of Cups and King of Cups together. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that, okay, so 5 of Cups, this is, I hate seeing this card because this is the card of loss. It's the card of grief. Yeah, when I see this card, I like just instantly get this like sad feeling in my chest. Not literally, but kind of energetically, right? Of just I mean, you can just tell by looking at the picture. It's just very, very sad. And especially, we do have a lot of cups energy in here. Actually, yeah, that's cups, 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 cups. Yeah, a lot of cups. So clearly, this is very emotional. The Suit of Cups, it is connected to the water element. I'm just gonna say really quick. Okay, I don't normally say this. In fact, I don't think I've said this in any of my videos yet. But something is telling me. I don't know. I feel like I should just say this. Um, if you are somebody who cares about astrology, this is for you. Um, if you are a water sign, or like anywhere in your chart, there's a water sign. There, like if your rising sign's a water sign or something like that, or your Venus, I don't know. Keep that in mind. I feel like that's, yeah, a lot. I don't know. This feels very watery, and I feel like this might be connected to your astrology. I don't know. If you don't care about astrology, that's fine. But if you're somebody who does, like if it's your sun, moon, rising sign, or I don't know, one of your planets, I think it might benefit you to take a peek at that in I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I don't know why I felt like the need to say that, but there you go. Anyway, so 5 of Cups, super sad. It's loss, it's grief. But we have this King of Cups underneath. So I'm actually feeling like maybe this happened a little while ago. And this is something that you've overcome. Because King of Cups, I mean, we have it upright. So that means like you have, okay, I want to say conquer your emotions. That might be a weird way to put it, but it's like, because emotions are certainly not a bad thing, but it feels like you went through this really rough time and you've done a lot of healing and you've come out the other side so much better. King of Cups as an archetype, he's very in control, he's very balanced, he's just somebody who knows how to balance thinking with both their head and their heart. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like you've, whatever this was, it's in your past, and it's a terrible thought, a terrible memory. It's, something very sad or whatever, but you've come out the other end a lot better. You've also done a lot of healing. So that's really good. We have the Empress reversed. The Empress she's like the archetype of the divine feminine, right? And but we have that reversed. So when we think of the Empress again as an archetype, we think of like a mother figure, somebody who's very nurturing. And again, this can be anyone of any gender. I'm just using specific pronouns because that's how I see them with these cards, but I could be referring to, if just keep that in mind, gender's not a huge deal in here, but we have this Empress who is very nurturing, is very caring, is very loving, but when we have that reversed, it's like too much. It's smothering somebody, or in the reverse, being too dependent on somebody. I don't know, when we have it reversed, it kind of makes me think that there's something that needs to be let go of. And we have the Tower reversed, which the Tower represents essentially, like, if you could think of like a tower, literal tower, that's kind of been like cracking over the years, like here and there little bits of the foundation have kind of crumbled off or gotten destroyed, and it's only a little bit here and there, but all of a sudden this tower comes crashing down, and it's a really big thing. But the tower crashes in order to build something better, right? Old tower crashes so we can build a nicer, newer, more stable, better tower. But we also have the Tower reverse, which tells me that something needs to crash and burn. That's a harsh way of saying that, but something. Maybe there's something you've been putting off. We have this Empress here, reverse, which, like I said, it mainly makes me think that there's something that needs to be let go of, something that you need to let go of. I'm wondering if it has something to do with this, but because we have this King of Pentacles here, this King of Cups here, I'm not totally convinced that these are connected necessarily. Honestly, maybe you need to draw from this, right? Which I know I kind of cut myself off there, but okay. I think something in your life needs to change, and something kind of drastic. Whether that be like ending a relationship, or moving out of your house, I don't know, quitting a job, something like that. Something like that needs to happen so that you can get something better. But it's not, and also I do kind of want to jump back to this Yang energy. Again, it's very exciting, but it's also very connected to building things, right? And we'll jump back to that too. But oh god, this is one of those readings where I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. But anyway, yeah. And in order for that tower to come crash, it's like you're walking, up and down this tower, you're living in this tower, and sure, it hasn't crashed down yet, but it's gonna one day. And in the meantime, you're living in this tower where you're scared that if you step in the wrong spot, you're gonna fall through the ceiling and everything's just gonna come down anyway, right? It's something that needs to happen. And I think in order to have that tower crash so that you can build something better, you need to let go of something that is too too smothering, too something you're a little too dependent on. Maybe this is a habit, I don't know. Something like that. Okay. And then after that we have Ace of Cups reversed. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I see now. Okay. We have this Ace of Cups reversed. Which, Ace of Cups, I love that card. Because it's like... Ace of Cups is like butterflies in your stomach. It's like getting really excited about something. I think of like when you have like a crush on somebody, or like when you start dating somebody and you're like, oh my god, this person's so amazing, I want to talk to them all the time. I want to see them all the time, I want to text them all the time, like that really like excited feeling. Not that it's necessarily about a relationship, but it's just that really excited butterflies in your stomach type of feeling. And when we have it reversed, that means that there is something there in your life that you could be getting that feeling from, but it's being blocked. The phrase that comes to mind is wasted potential. It's like, if you could just let go of this thing, you'll find something so much better, right? And then below that too, we have the Four of Cups, which is the card of apathy, feeling like no motivation, feeling maybe tired with the world. Yeah. So the way I'm looking at this, I think this is how you're feeling right now. I think you're feeling tired. I feel like there has been so much craziness going on in your life, which there has been. I clearly see that here. And just the general feeling I'm getting, I don't know, like, something feels really chaotic. But you've kind of lost motivation with, I don't know, whatever's going on in your life. I think this tower needs to come down. You need to let go of this thing, and then this tower will come down. And I think this is here to remind you that whatever it is, and I know I said this, but I really want to stress this. This Five of Cups, I don't want to say I don't like this card, because that's not nice. But it's a really sad card. This is not a card that comes up lightly. You lost something, or you went through something that was very, very difficult. It was very heartbreaking, and you've come out of that. And I think you need to, I think it's coming up here because you need to draw from this strength to let go of this and have that tower come crashing down so that we can fix this, right? So we can build something better that will give you that exciting feeling again, right? Something you can build so much better. Okay. And then lastly, I do want to look at... Oh, okay. Yeah, we got Eight of Swords here. Okay, yeah, Eight of Swords. So, okay, I'm sorry for that reaction. I don't know why, all of a sudden with this reading, I'm just like feeling a lot of feelings. It's like giving me so much like, I don't know. Anyway, okay, Eight of Swords, that is the card of self-victimization. It's about being in a situation that I don't know if you put yourself there or not. I don't know if you're in some sort of rough situation, and I don't know if you did it to yourself or if it's somebody else's fault or whatever, but it's up to you to get yourself out. That's what Eight of Swords tells me. I'm honestly going to stop there. I think I said a lot really quickly. I think there is something you need to let go of. It's something that you know deep down you need to let go of. Not out of fear, but just out of knowing what's probably for the best for you. Okay, well, with that said, if you have any questions or if you would like anything clarified, please reach out to me. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me, and I would be happy to talk to you about it. Yeah, this was quite a lot, but whatever it is, I mean, you kicked ass with this. I'm sure you can kick ass with this. I think you'll be good. So, I'm gonna leave it there, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Hello! Alright, so we have Time to Go. This is such a pretty card. I love these cards that have fairies on them. Alright, let's start by shuffling your cards, picking your cards. Alright, and as I'm shuffling, I invite you to take some deep breaths. Get comfy, get cozy. Get grounded. I also want to mention that I put up a video recently that just explains my readings a little more. I know there's lots of people on YouTube who do card reading videos like this, but I just wanted to make a video to specifically explain how I do it, and introduce you to my decks and stuff, my cards a little more. So I recommend that you take a look at that video. I have it linked in the description, but yeah, I promise you'll get lots of good information out of this video. But if you just want an extra layer, a little extra depth, and a little extra understanding of how my readings work, I recommend you take a look at that. Alright, let's get our last one. Oh, there we go. Alright. Okay, let's see what cards you've got. So we have Two of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords reversed, Knight of Wands, Judgment reversed, and Ten of Wands reversed. Wow, okay. I normally like to start here with my readings and work my way this way, but I can't ignore this. We're gonna have to start over here. We've got 10 of Wands reversed. 10 of Wands, I like to call it the plot twist card. Because it's like, you know, throughout the suit of Wands, right? If you're like, in case you're not super familiar with tarot, throughout the suit of Wands from cards 1 to card 10, you're working towards this goal, right? So 1 is when you're starting that goal, you're coming up with this idea for this goal or project, and then as you go through the cards, you're working towards that goal. So 10 of Wands is like when you reach that goal, you accomplish it, and you like come out the other side of it, and it's actually not as good as you thought it would be. And then specifically when we have it reversed, it's like, and I do want to say, it's not necessarily like it was all for nothing. It's just like, I don't know, like for example, if you're like working towards getting a new job, right? You work really, really hard to get this job, and then it turns out the job is like way more difficult than you thought it would be, right? That kind of vibe. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, this is making me a little nervous. Not literally nervous, but I just want to show you how I'm seeing this. So first of all, this is a 10 of Wands card. This is a shadow card, right? So we have this figure who's like, I don't know what this is, this like pit of doom, and he's like trying to climb out of it, right? He's got this like little rope here, and it looks like he's reaching up, like reaching for something to grab onto to pull himself out of this. But what is he reaching towards? A sword. Ace of Swords reversed. Which Ace of Swords reversed, if you don't know, it's the energy of Ace of Swords reversed is like somebody who, like, you hand them a sword, you hand them this like big weapon, this big dangerous weapon, and they hold it, and it ends up being like way heavier than they thought it would be. They're just trying to like get a grasp of this big huge thing. It's like too heavy for them. They can barely lift their arms up. They're stumbling around, and you're just trying not to get hurt, right? It's somebody who is not able to handle this thing properly. So we got this 10 of Wands, this person climbing out, reaching for something to help them, and they're reaching towards a sword. Somebody is holding, because we got this hand, right? Somebody is holding this sword out for somebody to grab onto, but it's like the sharp end. So this man, he's gonna reach out for help, and he's gonna cut his hand. That makes me really nervous. I'm gonna be honest. It's making me think sabotage. I don't know. I don't think it's this person's fault for reaching out and trying to get out of that pit of doom. I think this person, I think that person's up to no good. I think it's sabotage. I don't like that. Alright, let's continue looking on. I promise that's like the big scary part. Now we're going to move on to lighter parts. We have this 10 of Pentacles here, which is a happy ending. 10 of Wands is like the plot twist where it's actually not as great as you thought it would be. Ten of Pentacles, it's the completion of something really big. It's like very nice. When I think of Ten of Pentacles, I imagine like an old person on their deathbed who's kind of just like sitting there and like reminiscing about all the good times in their life and just like feeling very happy and satisfied with the way that they lived their life and how everything turned out. That's the feeling I get from that. And I know that's kind of a strong image, but like that's the general idea, right? Like maybe, I don't know, you are getting, finishing high school, maybe, and it's like graduation day, and you're getting your diploma, and you're just kind of like sitting with your friends, reminiscing about all the good old days. I don't know. It's like that kind of energy, which is really nice. But we have this Judgment reversed card. Judgment reversed is typically about self-doubt, looking down on yourself. Oh, I just had a thought. I think that you are finishing up something, kind of towards the end of an era with something. That's what this Ten of Pentacles tells me. Or maybe it just means you're moving on to something, because we have this Two of Swords as well, which Two of Swords is indecision. It's like it's like you have two options and you cannot decide between these two options. Like you are trying to weigh the pros and the cons, but there are exactly as many pros and cons for both of them. So you're just like, it's like an impossible decision. Which is good and bad, right? It's hard to make that decision, but it also means that there's no like bad choice, especially because we have this upright. There's no bad choice. It's just you just can't decide between these two things. So I'm getting the feeling that you finished something. You're entering a new era. I don't know. I kind of think that on one hand, you could stay where you're at and kind of continue what it is that you're doing. And on the other hand, you could go somewhere else, do something new. Because we also have this Knight of Wands here, which is like excited, passionate energy. Like, right? Like going after your goals, going after your dreams. I don't know. I think that's kind of the vibe, is do I go and do something new? Do I go to this new job? Do I move to this new place? Whatever it is, do I do something new? Or do I kind of just stay with where I'm at? Because honestly, so far, this has been good. You know, I don't know if this is about a job. I'm just using it as an example. So far, this has been a good job. I've just completed this really big project. I just had this really good year. Not really many big reasons for me to go. You know, things are good. But there's kind of this part of me that kind of wants to move on to this other job. This other job that could be really good too. I don't know, I kind of want to start this new thing. So you're kind of in this like indecision. Do I stay, do I go, right? Do I stay with the status quo that's been good so far, or do I move on to a new thing? That I kind of, might be a little riskier, but kind of want to, you know? And yeah, there's a part of yourself that's just unsure if you know, it's a risk. And I think you might be worried and not want to take that risk because you know, you don't know if you're good enough. You don't know if you can do it. You don't know, not necessarily if it'll work out. It's more of just like, you just have self-doubt. You're not sure if you can accomplish this thing. But I'm gonna be honest, I kind of think, that was my cat. I kind of think if you stay doing what you're doing now, it's not gonna be as good. I mean, obviously this card here, we've got time to go. I think if you were to stay in this situation, maybe things have been good up until this point, but things might start to take a downhill. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like somebody's sabotaging you, or will sabotage you. And I know that's a really harsh thing for me to say, and I promise I do not say that lightly. I just really think that. I don't know. I think somebody is reaching this sword out to you, and it is not okay. This don't grab it, which is sad because you're gonna be. Oh, I'm sorry. This is so harsh, but this is just what I'm seeing. Okay, I see, like, you've accomplished this goal. Things have been really good, but all of a sudden they're not so good, and you're trying to climb out of it. And then this person's like, "Oh, here, let me help you." And the next thing you know, boom, you've cut your hand on a sword. I don't know. I'm like nervous. But I think it's time to go. I think, and that's the thing about readings like this, is that it's not what you want to hear, and it's definitely not what I want to tell you, but it's a warning. It's telling you now instead of finding out later, you know? I think that whatever it is that you want to move on to, maybe this is about your relationship, right? Maybe you think that oh, I just had a thought pop into my head. Okay, let me finish this first thought. Maybe you're with somebody and it's just not quite, you're just not sure about how it's going to work out. And you're scared to leave them because you don't know if you can find somebody better. Maybe you're just not, maybe that has something to do with confidence. I have a feeling that, I mean, we have 10 of Pentacles here, and then we have this 10 of Wands. I kind of feel like, I mean, if we go back to like our job analogy, where like, you had a really good year this year, or this past year with your work. You had a lot of accomplishments. Things are looking good. You're looking back on your year and you're like, wow, this job was really great. But I low-key kind of want to try something else. I kind of want to move on to this new job, but I'm not really sure if I can do it. I'm a little nervous. I don't know. I feel like this isn't necessarily gonna happen. This situation won't necessarily happen like next month. I feel like it'll be like at the end of the next chapter. If you decided to stay, then like this time next year is when this would happen. Like it would be a while from now. I do have that thought. And I don't really like to give timings with my tarot readings. Although to be fair, I have been getting a lot better at it, but I just get nervous when I tell somebody something relating to time. But I don't know, I do have that feeling that it would be like a while from now where things would start to get bad, and then all of a sudden it would turn into this situation. But I don't know. Anyway, if you can't tell, I think yeah, I think it's time to go. time to move on. I think you've got something you're excited about, you know? And you might be doubting yourself a little bit, but that's normal. And that's okay, you know? You've clearly had some big accomplishments, you know? So use that. Because low key, if you stay, things might get really bad. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any questions, if you'd like anything clarified, please reach out to me. You can leave a comment or just reach out to me. I'd be happy to try and answer any questions based on what these cards are telling me. But I think I've gotten pretty much everything I could out of these cards. So thank you so much for watching. I wish you good luck with this, and I will see you again soon. Bye!